You know, it's so easy for us to look at somebody, judge them by the way they look, by the things that they say or the actions that they take, without really understanding who they are. And even if we do understand who they are, we shouldn't judge. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video, the importance of never judging anyone. Even if we think we know them, we may not understand why they do the things that they do. In the 1960s, Albert Bandura conducted an experiment with 36 boys and 36 girls, and it became known as the Bobo experiment. We'll get to that in another video, but for the purpose of this video, these children experienced or witnessed either a form of physical violence or non-violence, and the way that their behavior changed reflected more often than not what they had witnessed. So what you have witnessed early on in life can directly impact how you act later on in life, and may not necessarily reflect who you are underneath that. Our experiences in life affect the way that we speak, the way we act, and the way that we see the world and ourselves, and also the way that we act upon those things as well. But we can never truly understand the experiences of an individual person, even if that person has explained what they have been through and how it affected them. Those people may not even themselves understand how those experiences have affected the way that they act. So it is important not to judge anyone by the actions or the words that they speak, because that may not be a true reflection on who they are. I'm sure you've been in a situation where somebody has made you really frustrated, you've just had enough, you've been building up for so long trying to keep your cool and not let your temper explode. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you explode. You let out this burst of anger, you shout, you say horrible things that you really don't mean. That does not make you a horrible person, but how you acted in the moment. Anyone could look at you and say you're an evil person. How you acted and what you said was unforgivable. And you, yourself, have reflected on this situation, seen how awful it was, and regret the way you acted. But you're not a horrible person, but how you acted would make it seem so. So for somebody to judge you on that one event, action, or that word that you said could be devastating to you. So if you would not be happy for somebody to judge you on one mistake you've made, or a series of mistakes that have been the result of some kind of underlying trauma that hasn't been dealt with, or an experience that you had. Maybe in a relationship you become a little bit paranoid and trust issues come up. Well, maybe that's a reflection of previous relationships which are affecting the way that you act in the current or present moment. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are this toxic, evil person who is controlling or has lack of trust for everyone. Maybe it's just a reflection on the experiences and certain triggers that have came up for you because of your past experiences. We all have pasts, and we don't always explain to others exactly what happened to us, how it affected us, and why. And often we don't understand why or how things affected us ourselves in the first place. So my question to you, after thinking about how past affects the present and how the present affects the future, will you continue to judge? Or will you see everyone as their divine essence? Show compassion, love and respect to everyone and any living being that you come into contact with? Or will you continue to pass judgment? If you are a spiritual person, judgment is one thing that is very difficult to get past in some senses, but it's also the most important aspect of life to try to get over, because nobody deserves to be judged in a negative way. We are all positive beings deep down, but our experiences and past traumas might not necessarily allow us to let our light shine. I hope this has helped you to see judgments in some kind of different way, or change the way you see people in general. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a like and share it out to all your friends so we can pass on these messages to a wider community and get one step closer to a more united, loving, global community. That's it from today, but join me in my next video where we talk about how trauma affects how we act and think, and also talk a little bit more about those Bobo experiments by Albert himself in the 60s. But that's it from today's video. I will see you very soon.